Welcome back to Great Tastes, and hello canola, Nita Sharda tonight, and salads and more. So we're starting tonight with our Asian noodle salad with crispy tofu. So Nita, the only thing that I work even harder at in trying to get more vegetables into my diet is more plant-based protein. And you're going to show us a couple of really cool tricks to start this whole thing off tonight.
Yes, absolutely. Tofu is so simple and easy to work with, but for this recipe, we really want that crispy end result. So to do that, there's two really important steps. The first one is really simple. You just need a tea towel, and you want to take a little bit of time to make sure you press out all the moisture out of your tofu.
Okay.
So you
would just one of those, so that's great.
Yeah,
okay.
You would just wrap it, put a really heavy pot or a couple of dumbbells on there, let it set for about 20 minutes, and you're done.
Okay, and that works with any kind of tofu. Are we using firm tofu? Like, does that matter?
Yeah, that's a great question. You want to specifically use extra firm tofu for this recipe to really get that bite that we're looking for.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, awesome.
Yeah, and then tip number 2, this is where we're gonna create a cornstarch slurry with the help of canola.
Hello, canola.
Yes.
There it is.
So I'm gonna just add in a little bit of canola oil in here. You're going for about a 2-to-1 ratio, so about 2 tablespoons of canola oil with some cornstarch. And I'm gonna go ahead and add in some salt. At this point, you can also add in other herbs and spices.
Sure.
But if you're doing that, you're gonna need to probably add in a little bit more canola oil.
Okay.
So,
and then for folks who have maybe never used tofu or have only used it a little bit, the idea is it kind of takes on the flavor of whatever it is that it's working with, right?
Yeah, that's the magic of it. And I think a lot of people are a little reluctant to try it because it's a different texture or maybe we're not used to it, but it is such a fantastic and easy food to work with. So I've got my slurry here.
And so ideally that would be blended up like so that there's no cornstarch, but that's kind of the idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we'll fold that in.
See, this I've never done before with tofu, so I really appreciate this tip. Yeah.
And you don't want to mix it too vigorously because you will actually then break up your tofu, and you don't want that to happen.
Right.
And then all you need to do is take your tofu cubes, line them up on a baking sheet, get them in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes, and halfway through, do flip them, and then you'll get a nice crisp outer edge. And a hot tip for anyone who has an air fryer, tofu, I swear, like the air fryer was invented for tofu.
Yeah, oh really?
Yes.
Okay, my partner has one. I don't think tofu's ever been in there, but that's about to change. Okay, so and now the hot rumor is that we have some, are they ready to come out? Okay.
They are.
Okay, so this so that folks can get an idea of what this is gonna look like, except I'll probably need 2 of those. So, and again, how long would these be in here for?
About 15 to 20 minutes, and really you just want to keep an eye on it because you want it to be kind of golden and crispy on the outside.
That looks fantastic. Like you give it a try. If you've never tried it, give it a try.
Yeah. So now we're going to move on to our dressing, which really is so delicious and what kind of I think levels up this cold noodle salad.
All right.
And this recipe uses peanut butter. A helpful tip when measuring peanut butter is to actually spray the inside of your measuring cup with canola oil. This is going to make for really easy measuring and pouring, but because you've layered it with that canola oil, it's going to slip out nice and easily, and then you don't waste any peanut butter. We are also going to go ahead and add in our canola oil, and then we'll add in some soy sauce for a little bit of that umami flavor that we're really looking for. I've also got some fresh ginger in here.
It's a lot of ginger.
It is, but I love ginger.
Yes.
Then we've also got a little bit of garlic here.
Oh, fantastic.
And we're gonna add in some cayenne. Admittedly, at home, I also like to add in quite a bit of chili flakes, but if you don't want to level up to that heat, you don't have to.
Yeah.
We're gonna go ahead and start giving this a whisk, and beside me here, I've got some warm broth to help me sort of thin out the dressing.
Can I pour that in for you?
Yeah, go for it,
Is
please.
that helpful?
It is.
Oops. Oh. Apparently not so much. Are we doing the whole thing, Nita?
I'm gonna keep stirring it, and then we'll see until we get that consistency. But it is smelling really good, and I love all of the different aromatics and herbs and spices that we've got in here. We can go ahead and add in a bit more.
Okay.
Thanks.
No worries. Okay. Just gonna put that there. And we're going to be building, kind of the cool thing about this, we'll talk more about this in a second, but it's, so it's a, you know, recipe clearly that you would make for, you know, family, friends, people coming over, yourself, but you can sort of individualize it. This is sort of like the base, like the dressing, but we're going to really, you know, you'll have a lot of options when it comes time to, you know, your final bowl, right?
Yeah.
So that looks amazing.
Yeah, I think it's ready to go. And we can go ahead and actually start to dress it over the noodles.
Okay, so...
And I actually like to put the dressing right over all of the noodles because it coats it all.
And then we're gonna just, yeah. Okay.
And we're using linguine, but you could use whatever you have at home. Like if you've got spaghetti noodles or spaghettini, it's all gonna be wonderful.
It's like a whole, this is a, seems like a whole grain sort of deal. Do you wanna take over here, Nita?
Sure.
Okay, so that gets mixed up, and then I guess, well, we've got these beautiful vegetables that are laid out here. We've got our baked tofu, our crispy tofu, and so do you put the tofu in with the noodles, or do we just kind of add that into the bowl as we like for our individual?
Yeah, whatever you want, but my preference is to plate it on top. So why don't you grab a bowl and we'll kind of get you to build one out.
Don't mind if I do.
Okay, there we go. And now we can go ahead and add in our vegetables, our tofu, and give it a try.
I'm just gonna reach over here. Ooh, oh.
It's crispy.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so ideally, you'd maybe have like some tongs or something like that. And so then you just build it as you see fit. I'm gonna just take like all this cilantro.
Yeah, I'm team cilantro.
You're team cilantro? Oh, now we're fighting over it here. And there you have it. When we come back, recipes, I guess 3 and 4 here on Great Tastes. Don't go away.